Hello? Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Hello? Comment if you can hear me. No, I'm just kidding. I know you can hear me. In this video, I'm extremely excited to share with you a brand new offering that is really going to help you a lot in your personal development journey. And that is free weekly meditation classes. Now, if you've been following along with the channel for a little while, even if it's been a day, you've probably noticed that every single video I make, I mention that meditation is extremely important and that it is actually the number one most important personal development habit that exists. The whole thing we're trying to do here on this channel is to help you become an amazing example of a human being, to actualize your full potential, to just live your best life, to live a life of joy and happiness and freedom and abundance, where you can be your authentic self and you can express and embody your full potential. The number one way that you're going to do that is to develop a rock solid meditation practice and to really devote a lot of time and energy into becoming a meditation master. Now, why would you want to do this? Why meditation? And I know that there's about 1 million videos on YouTube right now about personal development, and there's all these different habits that you got to do. You got to do your visualizations, your affirmations, your eating healthy, exercising, reading books, all of this stuff. I understand. Cold showers, taking supplements. There's all this information. So what makes meditation different from all of these other habits? Now, first, I want to say all of these personal development habits are extremely important, and I recommend testing them out, experimenting, and implementing things like exercise, eating healthy, diet, cold showers. These things are great. However, meditation is in a category of its own. If I was making a personal development habit tier list, meditation would be in the S+++++ tier, and it would be the only thing in that category, because meditation is a practice where you're observing yourself, you're sitting with yourself, ideally in a quiet space, and you're just kind of becoming familiar with how your own mind works. You're just paying attention to what is going on in your experience. And this is so key, because everything you're doing in your life, many of your problems that you struggle with, like addiction, constant craving for stimulation, distractions, emotional problems like anger issues, feeling frustrated, or anxiety, feeling afraid just of nothing. You don't know why. You're just always anxious that something bad is going to happen to you, money, people, whatever it is. You're just anxious, and a whole host of other problems that you have in your life. Lack of clarity, lack of confidence, lack of playfulness and joy, just always serious and uptight all the time. All of these are stemming from the exact same thing. And that exact same thing is that you're not conscious of what's going on inside you. You're not actually aware of what's running you. You're running on autopilot. So you have these habitual tendencies that have been conditioned into your mind, and not only your mind is in your brain, but I'm talking about your body as well, into your literal nervous system. You've been conditioned to run on autopilot, and you're not really aware of what's driving you, what's driving your addictions, what's driving your emotional issues, your lack of confidence, what's driving your fear or your need to always feel like you need to be working or overworking, or the inability to work. Basically, every single problem that exists in a human lifetime boils down to ignorance and unconsciousness and lack of familiarity with yourself. That's why in philosophy, the number one principle, you can summarize all of philosophy into one principle. It's know thyself. This is what meditation helps you to do. Very simply, by sitting and coming into a relationship with your emotions. You're really just setting aside time every single day to really meet yourself as you are and not judging yourself and telling yourself that you're bad like you usually do. And again, you do this unconsciously. So even if you say, Adam, I don't judge myself, yes, you do. All you do is judge yourself all day, constantly. And the fact that you think you don't, that's the problem right there. You're not even aware of how much you're judging yourself, and you're on your own back, and you're anxious, and you're forcing yourself to do things that you authentically don't even want to do. And you're always acting out of this subtle anxiety. You're not even aware it's there. Body tension. Your body's tense. You're not even aware of it. So what meditation does is it helps to kind of turn the lights on in your life so you can actually see what's happening. Again, you might say, Adam, but the lights are on. You might be sitting in your house, or it might be daytime. You might say, Adam, I see everything fine. What do you mean the lights aren't on? I'm not talking about the actual lights in your house. Of course, you can look around and see what's around you. I'm talking about what is driving your behavior. What drives you to get up and go to the kitchen and look in the fridge for some food? Or what drives you to pull out your phone and start scrolling? What drives you to watch endless hours of Netflix or whatever it is? What drives you to crave Starbucks? You're not aware of the root, the driving forces of your mind. This causes massive, huge, gigantic problems in your life. Like I said, every single problem you ever experience is caused by your own consciousness, your own mind, your own energetic state. Your energy, the way you're being, that's what causes every single problem in your life. It could even just be your lack of knowing how to fix a problem. That's still your fault in a way, because you're ignorant and you're not paying attention, okay? So what all meditation is, a great way to explain it, is you're intentionally, purposefully paying attention to your own mind and your own body, and you're installing this practice into your life. You're doing it on a daily basis, and you're practicing. And I want to tell you, it is extremely difficult, and it is extremely easy to do it wrong. Now, I'm not just saying this. I've been practicing meditation for over 8 years, and I've fallen into tons of pitfalls, traps, wrong ways of thinking, wrong ways of practicing. It's very easy. Meditation is probably one of the most counterintuitive things on planet Earth. It's not easy to understand. It's simple, but it's not easy, because your mind is kind of conditioned to do the opposite of meditation all day. So everything, like for example, just even the premise of meditation is counterintuitive. By sitting and doing nothing, you will improve your life? That kind of makes no sense. Because in our culture, you think in order to improve your life, you got to do stuff to improve your life. So isn't that counterintuitive that you can improve your life massively, greatly? The quality of your life can be improved greatly by doing nothing. So let's talk a little bit about that. From my 8 years of meditation practice, I'm I've gotten lots of teaching. I've been on over 20 retreats. It's cost me a lot of money and time. A lot of my money has been invested into meditation retreats, reading books, talking to teachers, going to their house frequently, meeting with them, doing classes with them. So I've invested tons of my own personal time and energy into mastering my own meditation practice. Why? Because my first teacher told me that it's very important, and I understood. It made sense to me. Meditation's about mastering your mind, and every result that you're getting in your life is a function of your mind and how you're using it. So meditation's just mastering your mind. So it's like, okay, great, I'm going to do it. I'm going to master my mind. So I've been investing a lot of time and energy into that over the last 8 years, and I wanted to share with you some of the benefits. I'm telling you that it is possible for you to actually not be anxious all the time, and you can actually just feel relaxed and peaceful in your own home, in your own body. You can feel joy and appreciation for simple things. You don't always need to be stimulated by your phone or by the internet or by drugs or junk food or your friends. You don't always need to be stimulated. You can actually just be solitary. You can be not solitary. You can be in solitude. You can be alone. Like recently, I just got back from a meditation retreat where I stayed for 9 days more or less alone in a forest cabin by myself, and it was blissful. It was amazing. There's just me and the trees and the owls and the birds, and it was amazing. It was the best thing ever. But that's not, most people wouldn't be able to do that. Most people would go to a forest cabin alone and they would start to feel bored. They would need something to stimulate them. They would miss the internet. They'd get all these cravings for all sorts of things. They would need to call their friends on the phone. So meditation is a training that basically allows you to feel good by yourself. And that is the key right there to doing well in your relationships. This is a big thing. If you're having issues in your personal relationships, your intimate relationships, it's probably because you're needy. You need this other person to change themselves, to be a specific way so that they can give you what you want. And this is a deep problem. You can't solve your neediness by watching a YouTube video or by knowing about it, just by thinking about it. The way you solve neediness is actually by not needing other things to make you happy. And if you sit for 10 minutes quietly, you'll notice that your mind constantly needs other things to make you happy. Like automatically. Like it's like automatic. You're like, oh my God, I need Starbucks right now. Right now, I need some Starbucks, or I need some porn right now, right? Even if you're just sitting quietly for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you see the mind grab you and pull you, and now all of a sudden you're craving things. So meditation, through the process of observing and watching and just kind of not listening to the mind, but just kind of distancing yourself from it a little bit and just kind of checking out to see what is actually happening in there, you're able to master your mind, and you can sit in a state of non-neediness where you can just rest in the source of being. Just in the fact that you exist at all. You can just sit and rest in that. You can just appreciate the fact that existence exists at all. The fact that you're alive. You just revel in that, bask in that. And that's the most fulfilling experience ever. That's actually the source of fulfillment right there, is just nothingness. And when I say nothingness, I just mean just being, just sitting and just being. This is something that it's a skill you need to practice. You don't get this instantly. It's taken me over 8 years to get even a little bit proficient at it, and I'm still not a master. It takes time. There's a lot of pitfalls and traps that I fell into that I hope that you don't, and that's exactly why I'm offering these free meditation classes. Because I've been talking to many people, I've been offering free coaching sessions. Not doing that anymore. This is kind of going to replace that. But I talked to a lot of people, and I discovered that every single one of them needs meditation and can benefit from meditation deeply. And that's like the root solution to all of these other problems that they're struggling with, either psychological or financial or relational or whatever it is, physical even. A lot of it just comes from meditation. So these weekly classes are going to help you to avoid a lot of common pitfalls. So I'm going to show you how to sit properly. I'm going to give you some support, showing you how to support yourself while you're sitting, how to do that properly. You can't just meditate as you're about to go to sleep in your bed. You can, but you start with having an actual proper posture, showing you how to have that. I'm going to be showing you how to relate with your mind. It's a certain energy, like to be kind to yourself. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to be showing you multiple different practices that are very simple and easy. We're going to be guiding you through. So the way these free calls are going to look is they're going to be about 2 hours long once a week. And there's going to be a guided meditation to start. It'll be about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And then after, we'll have a little talk. I'll teach you a couple important things. And then we'll have a Q&A at the end. We'll have a group discussion. And we're going to be doing that once a week. All right, so time, what time is it going to be? I'm thinking doing it like thinking like a Tuesday at 2 p.m. EST, something like that. However, it's flexible. So it could potentially change. If a lot of people are saying that that's not working for them, then maybe I'll change it to a later time. I know time zones. I have fans in Europe. I have fans in Africa. I have subscribers in Asia. I have subscribers in North America. So we're on different time zones. So ideally, we can pick a time that works for everyone, or for as many people as possible. So I'm flexible with that. And if you're interested in participating in these free weekly meditation classes, I highly recommend it. It's actually a great resource for you. What you can do is you can click the link in the description to join the free school group that I'm going to be creating. That's just going to serve as the little community hub that we can have, where you can see the weekly call, what time it's at, and we can just kind of discuss things. Basically, it's just we need like a gathering place, so that school community is going to be that. You can click the link in the description to request to join. I'm looking specifically for people who are able to commit to coming to that class once a week. It's not this kind of like drop in whenever you feel like it sort of thing. Ideally, it would be ideal if you're able to show up on time when we start and are able to stay for the full 2 hours. That will give you the best results, and that'll just be easier for me, so that I don't have to like in the middle of a guided meditation and there's like people coming in, dropping in, and it's just distracting for me. So if you're willing to commit to showing up every week, once a week, again, the time is flexible, so come join that school community and see when the time is, if it works for you. There's also going to be call recordings in there. Right now, I am thinking 2 p.m. Tuesday EST. But it could change. There's going to be call recordings in there. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the group is free. However, it's expensive for me to maintain that school community. It's way better, I found, than like a Discord server or like WhatsApp group or whatever it is. Those are free options, but I found the paid option, which is school.com. It's better, but the thing is that it costs $100 a month. The reason why it's better is because the free calls there. It is there's no ads, all of that. I like that platform, but it costs $100 a month for me out of my pocket to pay. Then I also have to pay for a Zoom subscription. I've paid for camera equipment and 8 years worth of meditation retreats and reading and all this stuff. So I've invested a lot of money out of my own pocket in order to be able to offer this to you for free. So the only thing I ask in the group is there is an option to offer a donation. Inside the group, there's a link to a Patreon page where you can choose to support for however much you feel like is possible for you, like $5 a month, $10 a month, or whatever it is. That's very worth it for what you're getting, which is weekly classes, which are very in-depth and come from someone who has lots of experience in this domain. What that donation allows for is us to continue doing this for a long period of time, and making it self-sustainable so that I don't have to pay like $150 a month just to keep this thing going. So that'll just keep everything self-sustained. And yes, so that's all I wanted to say. I'm really excited about this. This is a very long video, but you know how I am. I like to talk, and that's all right. So I'm excited to see you in the free meditation classes. It's going to be life-changing. Come join. You won't regret it. I promise you. It's very, very powerful. Again, meditation is the most important personal development habit that exists. I have like mountains of insights about this topic to share with you that'll save you years of stumbling around in the dark. So it will help you a lot, and it's free. The Dharma's free. The teachings of the Buddhas is free for everyone to join. And I ask that you support me if you can, and now I'm repeating myself, so thank you very much. That being said, I do have new YouTube videos on the way. I took a little break because I was on a retreat and I just needed to kind of take a step back for a little bit, but now I'm back. I'm going to be uploading more free videos about self-actualization, meditation, becoming the best version of yourself. Very excited about that, and I'm also very excited to see you in the free school group for the free weekly classes. So that's all it has to say here. Peace.